Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 530 deep stacks from Scoop 2025. We got Stone Dream on the final table. We got Numbers Guy, Darwin, Calvin, Ben Miller, Smilly the Hero, Centaurus, DMT, and Scarmaker. Got 37,000, almost 38 grand up top for the victory. That's kind of cool to note. Darwin in the first hand here, flopping top pair. Stone Dream goes for a C bet, gets a quick call. 7 on the turn, completes the 5-6 straight. King Jack high here for Stone Dream. Could try to get some 4x or 3x to fold. They elect just to check back the turn, make a pair of jacks on the river. That's no good, of course. Darwin with the toppest of pairs. We'll see if he goes for a hefty river value bet. 23 blinds in total. Goes kind of small. A little bit under half pot, 3.5 blinds. We'll get a quick call from the pair of jacks. Nice pot, slides Darwin's way. Queen for Scarmaker. We got Jack 9 suited for Centaurus. They're going to let that one go off the short stack. Numbers Guy with Ace 8-0, probably going to let that one go. This might just get through pre-flop for Scarmaker's queens. Thank you to KalipokerTV Poker Replays for the replay. And if at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and KalipokerTV, so you can go check out some action in some silence there. Ace 8 high, DMT gonna let that one go. Queen 10 Scarmaker, the big stack will open it up into Ben's big blind 6-2 suited. 6.5 blinds behind with one in the middle. They might be tempted to see a flop here. They find the call. King 10 flop. 1 heart, 6 high. Ben is going to probably just check fold. No reason to hang in there facing the 1 blind bet. Scar will take down a small one. 7-7 for Centaurus off 15 blinds. They're going to let that one go. They could have just ripped it in pre. Looking around, probably would have just got it through, but they want to potentially make a ladder there with the short stack Ben Miller, hanging out with 5 blinds. Kelvin with Ace 9, 29 from the button will min raise it up. Smilly with 10-6 high. I don't know why I'm saying 10-6 high. It's pre-flop, you fucking weirdo. Anyways, Smilly. I was wondering if they're going to go for a 3-bet here. 10-6 looks really stupid. Smilly's a very aggressive player. They could have put a lot of pressure on Kelvin there pre-flop. They just say, I'm going to look for a much better holding than 10-6. Queen for DMT. They'll raise it on up under the gun. Stone Dream with a pocket pair of 5s will find the fold. And Centaurus with Jack 7-0 in the big blind. Also going to let that one go. King 9 for Scar. Not going to play that one under the gun. Ben with a 6 and a 5 suited. 4.5 blinds. They're going to go for their 2.3 blind open. Very interesting. Centaurus with King 8. Going to let that one go. DMT with 5-2 in the big blind. Also going to fold. Ben will get the raise through pre-flop. Surely, right? DMT 5-2. Finally finds the fold. Ace 10 suited will raise under the gun. Stone Dream. Might just get this through pre-Scar with the King 4-0 in the big blind. What's going on here? Ace 10 for a couple players. Kelvin and Ben. Kelvin will open to 2 blinds. I think Ben takes the spot. 7 blinds. Ace 10, very pretty holding. Well, we do just find the fold. Kelvin's raise does look kind of strong, but surely he's going to have plenty of suited ace-x that we're dominating. And of course the ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack that we're dominated by. Anyways, Ben moves along. King for Centaurus. Looks like a min raise, potentially a limp off 12.5 blinds. Centaurus elects to go 2.1, whatever. Jack 7 suited in the big blind is weird. DMT with ace 2-0 is thinking about something here, but we'll find the fold. Jack 7 calls pre 9-6-4 flop. No spade out there. Backdoor straight draws for the biker guy. Jack high checks it over. Centaurus backdoor flush draw. Do we ever check it back? Probably not. Centaurus goes for a bigger bet. 2.3 blinds into almost 6 and takes the pot down. Centaurus with king jack. Oh, I don't know if we play this one. 16 blinds. Centaurus is nice and aggressive though, so maybe they're going to stick in the raise again. They do find the open. Ace 4-0 from the small blind. Probably not going to play. Jack 10 from the button hits the muck. And Darwin will just fold the big blind. Centaurus will take this one down pre. Ace 4 suited for DMT. Coming for the min raise. Ace 8 suited for Darwin in the small blind. I don't think we 3-bet here, but we might find the call. Giving Kelvin a very good price to come along with 9-5 suited in the big blind. Darwin goes in the tank. They do find the 3-bet here. 6 3/4 blinds. DMT kind of has a 4-betting hand here. Could just make it like 12 blinds, maybe 11.5, something small. They go in the tank. 11.5 is the size. Very nice play by DMT. You would think they just take this down pre-flop, right? Or does Darwin find the 5-bet? I don't even know if he goes all in. He might just make it 16 blinds. Finds the fold from the small. DMT will take that one down, and we get a little break. Ace 10 again for Ben in the big blind. Scar with ace 9. We'll probably open it up here. Jack 9 suited for numbers guy from the cutoff. Scar thinking about this one for a while. 75 blinds in total. I think this is an open here. There we go. Scar finds it. 7-3 suited for Kelvin. They'll find the fold. Ben with 5.5 blinds in total. 1 in the middle, 1 to call. Probably just rips it in, right? Four and a half to call. We do find it. Looking for a 10 now. Straight draw to the 10. Is there some chops? How about an 8 or a 7? Potentially some chops on the river there. Anyways, Ben's ace 10 holds up. 6-6 for DMT. Centaurus with Jack 10 suited will raise under the gun. And then we got Scar Maker. Ace Jack suited. DMT lets it go. Scar will just play call facing the under the gun raise. We get a Jack 4-4 flop. Pretty good news for Centaurus. We got the flush draw out there. Then go for a C-bet, looking to take the pot down. Oh, and they go big. 5.5 blinds into just under 7. I think you left them with about 11 behind. Takes it down with the big bet. And 9-9 for Stone Dream. Numbers guy with Queen Jack suited 20 blinds. Do we just fold here? Very annoyed, but I think we let it go. Ace 5 for Smiley, not gonna do anything crazy here. Centaurus with 10-8 in the big blind, also just gonna find the fold. Queen 10 suited for numbers guy. Jack for Darwin. Numbers guy opens. Darwin thinking 3-bet or call here. Kind of a weird spot. Jack. We aren't folding ever. We do come in for a very small 3-bet, make it about 4 blinds to go, and I think Numbers Guy just lets this one go. Yeah, Queen 10 suited doesn't like that action. They just find a new spot. Ace Queen, oh, that's a good one, except for Ace King for DMT in the small blind. DMT will 3-bet here to about 8.5 maybe? Maybe 9? We got Scar in the big blind with 65 blinds. It's kind of weird. So we are playing for 43 in total. We come in for a very small 3-bet, 5.5. And you know what, this actually looks kind of nice. We are only playing 18 blinds deep with Numbers Guy here. And they find the very, very nice fold with Ace Queen. Numbers Guy getting away from it there. Queen Jack, they'll let that one go. DMT small 3-bet will just get through pre-flop. Ace King this time for Darwin here. We'll open it up to 2.2. Kelvin with a 3-betting hand. The Ace 4 suited lets it go. And this will probably just get through pre-flop. Blinds go up. So everybody's got $3,800 locked up. We're looking at about a $900 ladder. You know, a $500 entry. That's not too much. Only 2 buy-ins. Not even 2 buy-ins. But anyways, these players are still playing very reasonably here. DMT with 8-8, Ace 10 suited. Scar Maker. 2 big stacks could go to war. Scar could also just play call here. Very reasonable hand to go post flop with in position. Jack 9 4 flop, 1 diamond for Scar. 8's are best. They check it on over. Lots of good cards for Scar on the turn. They go for a small not C-bet, sorry. Just a small stab. 1.66 blinds into 6.6. 8's find the call. 6 of clubs on the turn is clean. Does bring in a flush draw, but Scar doesn't have it. Still plenty of like 2 Broadway cards. Ace highs. Queen 10, 10-8. You know, Scar probably doesn't have 10-8. Anyways, we had a 5 on the river, so a lot of the draws brick. 8-7 gets there, like 3-2. Anyways. Goes check on the river. Pair of 8s will take a small one there. Queen 3 for Numbers Guy in the small blind folds around to him. Gonna let that one go. Darwin gets a walk. Ace Jack suited for Stone Dream. 9-9 for Scar. I didn't even see that. Anyways, they raise the 2 blinds. Scar does. Stone likely just calls here. Like a 3-bet would kind of be a bluff. We'd fold to the 4-bet jam. Anyways, we get a King 6-5 flop. As Stone does call pre. Scar checks over the 9s. No diamond out there. Stone Dream probably sees a free card. The 5 of hearts. Scar might go for a little bet here. No, they're going to check it on over. There's maybe some Ace 5 that Stone Dream has that checks back the flop. Probably wouldn't not check back the turn, so Stone Dream probably doesn't have no 5. Probably doesn't have the spade draw. Would have bet at some point. Scar says my 9s are probably good here. Making the full house on the river. Overbets and takes the pot down. 10-10 for Kelvin. Ace Jack for DMT. DMT opens the 2 blinds. Kelvin with 25 is in a weird spot. Do we really like calling from the small here? We got Ben in the big blind who will just have an easy fold. Kelvin elects to rip it all in for all 25 and takes it down pre. King 10 for Stone Dream. 34 blinds. They do find the open, the biggest stack left in the hand. King Jack for Smilly in the big blind. Would be kind of interesting to see a 3-bet by Smilly. Probably just get through pre-flop. They elect to go post. Ace 3-2 goes check bet. Decision on Smilly. Smilly does just let the king high go. That's kind of why I was thinking maybe we go for a 3-bet bluff pre-flop. We're just going to get bought off the pot so often. Anyways, we move along. Smilly says, I'll just preserve all 27 blinds, preserve my situation. Ace 2 suited for Kelvin. We'll open it up into Centaurus' big blind. King Jack O will find the call. King 9 8 flop. 1 heart for Kelvin. King high board. Plenty of straights, plenty of flush draws out there. Kelvin will check back the flop. 9 on the turn pairs the board. Again, Kelvin does have some 9x that checks back the flop. Centaurus with top pair is not afraid of that at all, though. They bet 4.5 blinds. Kelvin with the ace highs, thinking about a hero call here. Has 150 seconds to think this one through. Kelvin deep in the tanks. There's so many draws out there, yo. Mm-hmm. 9 on the turn. What is Kelvin getting up to here? We are so deep in the tank. We're going to be in a weird spot on the river now, aren't we? Like if we call and diamonds brick, straight draws brick, like the 3 of hearts, or do we call the river jam? 14 blinds in the middle, 11.5 behind. If I'm Centaurus, I rip it in for value. There's a lot of missed draws, yo. Centaurus rips. Like, does Kelvin call 11 blinds, half their stack? Be a huge pot, obviously, if he called and he's right. 11 into 37. Kelvin goes back in the tank. All the draws brick, yo. Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10. 6-7 is open-ended. 6-10, 7-10. Diamonds. 6-5 somehow. Anyways, we get the ace high hero call. Kind of felt like you had to call on the river after you called the turn bet. Once all the draws brick on the river there with ace high. Kelvin sees the bad news and Centaurus is up to 37 blinds. King 10-0 Centaurus in the small. Limps it on in DMT with 8-5. DMT checks. We get a Jack 10-5 flop. Middle pair versus bottom pair. Centaurus thinking about a small bet here. 1 blind. 1.25 even. Gets a little greedy here on the flop. Bottom pair of 5s finds the call. Queen on the turn. Both players with a straight draw to the 9. Centaurus pretty well has the board locked up. 8 or a 5 are clean though. Do we ever turn bottom pair into a bluff? Blocking 8-9, or do we just take showdown? Showdown it is. Deuces spades on the river. DMT's in a little bit of a weird spot, but I don't think we really want to call a river bet, and I don't think Centaurus value bets King 10, but he says yes we do. 1.4 blinds. Very nice thin value bet by Centaurus here. The MT is curious. Almost reaches, well, it does reach the time bank, but finds the fold. Ace queen for Kelvin, jack jack for Ben. We got a pretty big flip here as Kelvin rips it all in for 11 blinds. Jacks don't fold here for 9.3, no siree. Sixes for Centaurus hits the muck. Oh, jack high board. We're looking for something on the turn. We get the deuce of clubs. That's no help for Kelvin's ace queen, and they're pretty well dead. Down to 2 blinds. Ben wins a huge flip up to 21. Kelvin with a 10 and a 3 the next hand. Gonna let that one go. 9-7 for Scar. Do we ever do something crazy and yoink it in here? No, but we do go for a big raise, 3.5 blinds, and take it down pretty. I was just thinking, we got that short stack there. You pretty well can't call. You know, it's only 900 bucks. I don't think Scar can put that much pressure on Stone Dream, such as a raise. All in for 37 blinds. Anyways, Jack 10 for Kelvin is all in. 10-10 for Smiley. We'll isolate 3.5 blinds as the raise. We're looking for a jack or 10, a spade or a 9, but we get the 3 of hearts on the river. Quite a few cards there that could have saved Kelvin, but in the end they get 9th. Everybody gets that $900 ladder. King queen for DMT. 6-6 for Darwin in the big blind. King queen opens. 27 blinds for Darwin. We might just want to call here with all the short stacks out there, and we flop quads. Whoa. 5.5 blinds in the middle. DMT might not do too much betting here, which kind of sucks for Darwin. Has a little bit of showdown value. Ace of diamonds on the turn. Darwin wisely checks it over once again. Like, Darwin kind of needs to see a 10 or a diamond on the river here. I'm kind of surprised DMT even bet the turn. They find a 2.5 blind bet. Surely Darwin just calls, right? Or do we have to raise the turn here? We're trying to get it all in by the river. Darwin tinks. Raises to 8 blinds. Okay. Very interesting spot. Cool to see what Darwin elects to do. They say check, raise the turn. We want to make sure we can get this all in on the river. DMT with king high. Straight draw and flush draw. Finds the call, queen on the river. 21 blinds in the middle. 17 behind for Darwin. If he somehow magically finds a check. No way, man. DMT would just show down the pair of queens. Darwin just has to rip it all in for value with quads here. Hopefully gets called by flush, a boat, a straight. Somehow a pair of queens with a straight blocker and flush blocker. Whoa, Darwin bets 13. Leaving himself with a 4 behind. What an interesting play by Darwin here. Yeah, it's probably just going to get through no matter what size you go for there. Anyways, Darwin takes down a nice pot. Blinds go up. 5-5 for Centaurus. They come in for the open. Ace 10 suited for numbers guy. We see a bunch of spades and both 5s being folded. It would be kind of interesting to see a flip here between the ace 10 and 5s. Centaurus will get this all in. We got a big old flip, 10 on the flop. We're looking for some help. We get none of it, and the 5s are both dead. There was a few backdoor straight draws, a backdoor flush draw for Centaurus, but numbers guy just turns him pretty well. No, it does turn him dead. With a 9 on the turn there. Anyway, 17.5 blinds for numbers guy. The game continues with 8 players, and stacks are evening out here. Scarmaker, the big stack, still with 45 blinds. Darwin in second place with 30. Finds the call from the button with a couple of 6s. King Queen for DMT flops top pair on the King Jack 4 flop. It's a dry ass board. Do we ever check it over to the big stack? That we do. Top pair. We'll check. Protect our range here, as the kids like to say. 7 on the turn. 6.5 blinds in the middle. King Queen says let's go for some value here now. How big? 6 blinds? 4.5. The bet will get through. 6s just hit the muck. So DMT now in second place with just above or just under 29 blinds, just above Darwin. We got 10-8 here, or 10-9, sorry, holy shit. 10-9 for Darwin finds the open from the cutoff being the biggest stack left in the hand. King 8 for Centaurus in the big blind. When Centaurus goes in the tank here, it feels like a 3-bet's coming in. They do find it 6.5 blinds to go, 4.5 to call for Darwin. I don't think we're gonna call the 3-bet here. I don't think we 4-bet 10-9. Oh, Darwin says, yeah, we just let this one go. Ace King for Stone. They'll open it up. Ace 10 for Ben. 15 blinds. Not afraid to make a fold. They find it here. Preserve all 15 blinds. Stone Dreams open. We'll just get through pre. Ace 4, Stone Dream, we'll let that one go. 8-8 for Ben. We got Ace Jack suited for Centaurus. Ben with 15 blinds. I think we come in for the min raise here. We got plenty of stacks that can 3-bet us. Ben says no, we'll raise to 7.3. Anyways, what does Centaurus do with the Ace Jack suited? Do we just stick it in here? I don't know if worse suited Ace X does this. Centaurus finds the call, 7.3 blinds, 19.6 behind. The other players fold. We get a 9-6-2 flop, 7.25 blinds for Ben. 17 in the middle. Ben rips it in. Ace Jack suited calls, looking for an ace or jack. Does not find it. 31 blinds slide over to Ben. Centaurus is down to 12. King Queen for Darwin. Ace King for Smelly. Darwin will come in for the open. It would be cool to see Smelly 3-bet super small here. Darwin might come in for a 4-bet. There's a small 3-bet. 5 blinds to go. Could have even gone smaller, I suppose. Anyways, what does it matter? The 3-bet will just take it down pre. Darwin doesn't fall for no trap there. Queen for Smelly. Another strong holding. King 10 for Stone Dream, and this small blind gonna quickly fold in numbers guy with King 4. We'll also let that one go. 8-10 suited for Scar. From the cutoff, the big stack will open it up. Darwin with Ace 7 in the big blind. Do we ever 3-bet here? Try to take the pot down pre. Darwin says no, we'll just go post flop. Jack 9-8. Bottom pair with the open-ended straight draw. Scar maker in position. Checks it on back. Deuce on the turn. Darwin with an overcard and the straight draw to the 10. I don't know if we want to bet here. Darwin checks it on over. Scar might bet small. Says no, we'll just go to the river and probably just show it down here. Deuce pairs the board on the river. Goes check, and 5.5 blinds will slide over to Scar. Ace Queen. Scar will be right back in there. And just take it down pre most likely, unless DMT comes in for the open. No, King 10 will hit the muck. Jack 5 for Darwin. We'll let that one go. Scar takes it down pre. Not much doing here at all. Queen 4 for Ben in the small blind. We'll see if they elect to raise. They do cover Smilly here. No, they limp it on in. Smilly with 9-3-0. Smilly will raise in position to 3 blinds and take it down pre-flop with 9-3-0. Nicely done, Smilly. Ace 10 for numbers guy. $15 blinds. Numbers guy will min raise. King 10. Darwin finds the fold. 1 seat over, and Centaurus with Queen 10 in the big blind. Queen 9 in the big blind. Sorry. And Queen 9 just hits the muck. Nicely done. I mean, he had fair equity there against the Ace 10. But Centaurus just preserves all their chips. Looks for a better spot. Ace Queen for Scarmaker. Centaurus could yoink in Jack 10 from the button here. They're in last place. We'll see what they elect to do. They min raise. Very interesting. Jack 9 suited hits the muck. Ace Queen suited for Scar will just rip it in. And I suppose Centaurus finds the fold now. 8-8 for Smilly. They'll min raise off 30 blinds. 4-4 for Scar. Uh-oh, do they yoink it in here? Do they just rip it in? No, they play call from the small. 2-3 suited for Stone in the big blind also comes along. Queen 8-3 flop. Not too exciting. Middle set for Smilly on a very dry board. Bottom pair, backdoor flush draw for Stone Dream. And a pretty shitty set draw for Scar here. Sees a small bet. Scar gets out of the way. 3-2 suited. Could be off to the turn here. 3 or 2 would be bad. A diamond's interesting, I suppose. Stone does pick up the flush draw. Smilly probably gonna bet. Probably bet at least half pot. They elect to bet 6 into 10.5. Stone Dream might be priced out of the pot here. Only have 18 behind. They find the call. 9 on the river. A one-liner to the jack. Does a pair of 3s just lead donk jam? Let's see it. Don't know. This is gonna go check check, and Smilly will take down a nice pot. 22.5 blinds. Pair of 3s is no good there. 3-3 for Scar from the button. Might rip it in here for about 18 blinds. That they do. King 4 in the big blind is gonna hit the muck. Stone Dream with 10-7-0 will also let that go. Do 6-5 suited for Scar. I'll find the fold there. 9-6 suited for Stone Dream. They're gonna fold on the button as well. Jack 8 for numbers guy. Limps it on in. Darwin with a 5 and a 6. Checks it on. Back we get an Ace Queen 3 flop. Backdoor straight draws for both players. Jack high will bet 1 blind. 6 high, very unlikely to call here. No reason to raise either. Finds the fold, of course. Ace 10 suited for Stone Dream. Scar might... Oh, we get 7-7 for DMT. Excuse me. Looks like an open. And Scar with King... Oh, 7's hit the muck. 26 blinds. 7's hit the muck. King 10 will raise off of 52. Stone Dream with Ace 10 suited We'll 3-bet to 9 blinds, effectively going all in and taking the pot down pre as blinds go up. Ace Queen for DMT. Ace 2 suited for Darwin off 15 blinds. Every once in a while you see a 4.5 blind 3-bet here from Darwin. Nice fold there from him this time. King 10 suited for Darwin. Do we rip it in for 15 or do we min raise? Min raise, I think. Min raise comes in. Smiley with King 3 suited in the small blind. Rips it all in. Centaurus folds the ace from the big blind. Does Darwin ever find the call here? 13 blinds will hit the muck. Oh no, Smiley gets away with one there. Getting the ace high off the pot from the big blind. The better suited King X. Oh boy, what a play by Smiley. Ace Queen for DMT in the big blind. Scar opens up ace 2-0 under the gun. We get a call by the ace queen. Flopping top pair. Backdoor flush draw for Scar. King is a chop pot. Scar probably bets. Might bet big here. No, it goes for a small bet. 1.4. Top pair, top kicker. DMT finds the call. 6 on the turn. So Scar's drawing to the king. Could always go for a big bet again. I don't think it's coming in, but like we could just go 3 straights here in Scar's shoes. We just don't have any showdown value. There's some Jack X and 10X we could try to get to fold. We bet 6.6 on the turn. Puts about 20 blinds in the middle, 21. Leaving us with about 14 behind. Top pair, top kicker calls. We get a clean 3 of spades on the river. Really want to see DMT check. We'll see if Scar elects to unload the clip here. Again, we got no showdown value. We could try to get 10X or Jack X to fold. Even top pair, top kickers in a weird spot. There's the all-in by Scar. What a play. I got no idea what to do here in Centaurus or DMT shoes, sorry. You find the call after you think about it for a little while. Very nicely done. Ace Queen gets a huge ass pot. 50 blinds for DMT. Scar is now one of the shorties with 16 blinds. Now DMT's in the driver's seat. 6-4-0 from the small blind. Do we go for a raise and take it down pre? Do we limp it in? What the fuck do we do? We raise to 2.5 blinds and take it on down. We've still only got $4,700 locked up. I don't want to do the math to see what the ladders is, but Ace Queen will open for Smiley and take it down pre. Like, what's 6,300 minus 4,700? Oh boy. 1,600? Oh, I fucking hate math sometimes. Anyways, ace 6 suited for numbers guy in the big blind. Smiley opens up king 10 suited. Numbers guy just finds the fold pre. Preserves all their pennies, I suppose. In a spot where there is going to be a lot of bust out shortly. Centaurus with 3-3. We'll rip it all in for just under 4 blinds. Jack 10 suited for Darwin might call here. 2 3/4 into about 9. They find the call. A set of 3s. We're looking for a queen. We get 9 on the river. That's a boat for Centaurus. 10-10 for Centaurus. 9 blinds. So I'll rip and take it down pre most likely. 3-3 for Scar. All in by Centaurus. Yeah, and they take it down pre. Ace 5 for Stone Dream is in a weird spot with Smilly in the big blind. They don't really want to min raise against a player who's going to play back against them a lot. Smilly in second place, 43 blinds now after they get the walk. Queen 10 for Darwin with about 8 blinds, might rip it in. From the cutoff here, we're in last place. We do rip 4-4 for Centaurus, and King 10 suited for Smilly might get it in here. No, King 10 hits the muck. But again, Centaurus with 4-4 will get it in here with at least 110 dead. We're looking for a Queen 10 Jack. None of it, dealer. None of it. A king on the river. Darwin is dead in 8th. Centaurus wins a few nice pots against him. Up to 20 blinds back in the game. Ace King suited for Ben. They open it up into DMT's big blind. Ace 4-0 might get excited and rip it in. That they do. Ben will call. Ace King suited, 75%. Sweating A4 dealer. Just no 4. Good stuff. 7 on the rivers. Clean. 40 blinds. We'll slide over to Ben. And Ben came in here as one of the shorties. I'm pretty sure, if not the shortest stack. 4-4 for Scar. Came in first place. I think we just rip it in facing the limp here for 14 blinds. 6-5 will hit the muck. Scar hanging out there with 16 blinds. DMT did a good job of playing a lot of cards up to 30 blinds. Ben with King. Not too much behind. Scar with Ace 3 suited, I don't think wants to 3-bet jam here. I'll just find the fold. King will just take it down pre. Oh, and Queens. Looks like just another raise and take it down pre. 2 strong holdings, don't get much action. Aces for Scar. King Queen for Stone Dream. And like Scar's been nice and aggressive. Does King Queen ever go for a wide 3-bet jam off 13? And, Stone Dream will go for a small 3-bet to 4 blinds. Does Scar 4-bet to 6 blinds? Do we ever call, let him blast off post flop? No, we 4-bet to 6 blinds. We take it down pre-flop. That's a damn shame for aces, but at least we get that little 3-bet in pre-flop. Ace 3 suited Stone Dream. We'll rip it all in for 9. Looking to take it down pre. Jack 9 for Smilly in the big blind. Probably doesn't want to call here. Stone makes it 5 blinds to go instead of all 9, but they'll still take it down pre-flop. Not much new in here. Ben with the big stack. 7 deuce suited from the button will fold. Smilly with a big stack. 9-4-0 from the small will raise to 2.8. Centaurus with Queen 2 suited in the big blind. 1.8 to call into about 6.5 now, I see. 10-7-5 flop. 1 club for Centaurus. Backdoor straight draws for Smilly. Both players with live cards. Smilly slows down, checks on the flop here. Doesn't really connect with the board. It's a king on the turn. Still doesn't connect with the board. Do we go for a river bluff? What's going on here? 4 on the river. There's a little pair of 4s. The bottomest of pairs. Smilly checks it over. Centaurus will show down the queen and lose. King Jack for Stone Dream. Not really sure what to do here off 11 blinds. Coming for the min raise. 5-5 for Centaurus. Just finds the fold from the small blind. Queen 3 suited for DMT in the big. 1 blind to call. We'll just find the fold though. Raise gets some respect there. King Jack takes it down pre. 10-4. Smilly not likely to play here. They got a big stack. They'll think about an open from the cutoff, but they find the fold. King 10 for DMT. We'll think about a raise. They limp it in. 7 deuce for Scar. Forced to see a flop here. Queen 8-2. They do flop the best of it. King 10 checks it over. King 10, backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. DMT's got plenty of equity. They get a 5 on the turn. They don't pick up any equity. No, they lose a bunch. Only 3 blinds in the middle. DMT is not likely to win. 4 on the river. If I got King 10, I just show it down here. 7 deuce also shows it down and takes a small one. But they are becoming rather important this juncture of the tournament, you know? Oh, what a stupid fucking sentence. Anyways, Queen 5 for Scar. Queen 5 raises to 2.3. Takes it down pretty. Playing 13 effective there. 10-9. Smiley just finds the fold. They do got the biggest stack. Thought they would have got after it there. King Jack for Centaurus. We'll open it up. 8-7 for the numbers guy. In the big blind, just gonna find the fold. Oh, Ace King for numbers guy. Centaurus, Ace 5 suited. Stone Dream with 9-10 suited. Probably not gonna play this holding here. Unless somehow Centaurus doesn't open, but they do find it. 2.1 blinds to go. Numbers guy will rip in for 8 blinds. Rip it all in. There we go. 6 more to call into 18. Centaurus has 30% here with the suited ace. I think it's a call, right? That's just a call. Mathematically. But chips are fucking important right now. Centaurus says we'll find the fold. Blinds go up. And to be fair, do you ever get it in good with the Ace 5 there? Does like King Queen suited jam? I don't know, man. That Ace 5 suited really just wants to raise and take it down pretty. Anyways, we're moving along. King Jack versus King Jack. We get a King Queen 5 flop. Flop goes check, bet, call. Queen on the turn. Pairs the board. Got under 5 blinds in the middle. We'll check it down to the river. 5 of spades. Double paired board. Flush completes. Ben bets small. 1.22. Smelly will call. Do we ever raise here, top pair? We do play our kicker. We do go for the smallest of raises to 3.66. Man, I don't think Ben 3 bets. No, probably not gonna 3 bet. Nope. Do we ever fold? We might just fold. King Jack for Smelly shows the hand. Did I see that right? Took it down. Ben sees the bad news. Oh no. Smelly gets away with one there. King Jack for DMT will open it up. Smelly finds the call with 10-8 suited. We get a Jack 7-4 flop, 2 diamonds. Smelly with a straight draw to the 9 and obviously the diamond draw. Top pair, fair kicker for DMT. He bet 2 blinds. About a third pot. Smelly probably check raises. 5.5 blinds is the size. Does DMT 3 bet the flop here? Or just call? We got that king of diamonds. It's an interesting card. Might make me lean towards a call. We do find the call. 6 of diamonds on the turn. Smelly with the flush. Has a straight flush. No straight flush draw. Anyways, they bet 4 blinds on the turn here into a pot of 17. DMT still top pair with the flush draw now. Looking for a diamond. Deuce of hearts. No, that's not a diamond. 25 blinds in the middle. Interesting call by Smelly pre-flop. The 8-10 suited. Fucking good. Flop for 8-10 of diamonds. Jack 7-4, 2 diamonds. Flush completes on the turn. We bet small. Size up a river jam. We finally find it. King Jack with a diamond might just hero call here. Although to be fair, that 6 on the turn obviously completes the flush and some straights. Only 8-5, but 3-5 as well, but that's much less likely. Anyways, DMT deep in the tank here. This is a big pot. 12 blinds left. We could just fold and still be in 5th place or 4th place or something like that. 4th. King Jack with a diamond though. Personally, I probably would have called by now. DMT just cannot find the call button. Says I know I'm wrong here. But then again, it's Smilly. They get crazy. We saw that King 3 suited earlier, where Darwin folded the King 10 suited, Centaurus and Ace in the big blind. In the end, DMT does let her go. Very nice play for Smilly. They win a big pot, and it looks like we get a break. Four for Stone Dream. Smilly with 8, and then 3-3 for DMT in the big. Scar with Ace 6-0 thinks about an open. We'll let that one go. I think Stone Dream is stone dead here unless they find... No, they fold. They fold. It's okay. Ben has a 4. So Stone Dream was obviously in bad shape there. 8-8 for Smilly. Is Centaurus in trouble? Is DMT in trouble? Who's in trouble here? Smilly rips it in. Centaurus folds. DMT folds. No action for 8-8 in a spot where we dominated so many holdings. With so many potential stacks that could have ripped it all in there. Nothing for Smilly but 2 blinds. 8-7-0. They'll rip it in again. Scar with King Queen in the big blind also has to fold. Smelly just says, fuck it, y'all are folding everything, and then Ace Jack suited for Ben, Ace Queen for Smilly. Smelly just ripping it in with 8-7, gets it at another beautiful spot here, finds the call pre, Ace 5 suited hits the muck. Smilly just calls pre, we get a King 4 flop, 1 spade for Ben. Got some potential chop pots. Holy moly, flop goes check, Jack on the turn. So we're looking for what, an ace or a 10? A queen also works. Otherwise, Ben will take down a little pot here. Bets about 4 blinds on the turn into 6.4. Smelly just finds the fold with ace queen. Imagine if he 3-bet got it in there. Would have lost a big one probably. Anyways, we're moving along. Ace 6 suited. We'll rip it in from the small and take it down pre as numbers guy has Jack 3-0. Ace Jack suited. Oh no, Centaurus, Ace King. Smilly opens under the gun. Centaurus for 11 blinds. We'll rip it all in. DMT will quickly fold that Ace 10-0. Ace Jack suited. I think we find the call. It's about 8 blinds. We're not looking great. We're looking for diamonds and jacks. We find the jack and a king or a queen, and we get a 3. Centaurus is dead. Queen Jack for Stone Dream. 10 blinds. We cover numbers guy. We'll come in for the min raise. Smilly with King 10 in the big blind will call. We get an Ace Queen 2 flop. Straight draw versus middle pair. Stone Dream bets 1.1. Gets a call 8 on the turn. Turn goes check most likely. Stone Dream goes in the tank. We'll bet 2 blinds. Very interesting. The straight draw and an overcard to the queen will fold. Stone Dream with 14 blinds now. We're down to what? 6 players? Got $8,500 locked up. Queen 7 rips it in. Ace 9 will call. Looking for a queen or 7 for Smiley. Finds the 7. No ace or 9 for DMT. 20 blinds. Smiley will take that one down, and DMT is gone in 6th place. Now down to 5. We got 11.5 grand locked up. Queen Jack versus Ace Deuce. We might get this in pre-flop. Does Scar ever raise small? No, they say 18 blinds, rip it all in for about 14 effective. Stone Dream will let go of the Ace Deuce. Oh. King King for Scar. Oh, gets a jam by Smiley. King 9-0. Looking for a bunch of 9s. There's some straight help. There's 1 9. Queen on the turn does nothing. A 4 on the river is also nothing. Kings hold up for 40 blinds. Smiley still with 57. Will min raise the King Queen this time. Played a little bit more conservatively. Ace Jack for Scar. Scar finds the call. We get a Jack 10-10 flop. That's top pair, top kicker versus an open-ended straight draw with 2 overcards. Smiley bets 1.5. Scar just finds the call. 7 on the turn. 8-9 makes a straight, but there's a lot more bullshit going on in Smiley's holding than probably just the straight, you know. Anyway, Smiley's gonna bet again. 3 blinds into 9. Scar top pair, top kicker finds the call. I don't think we really want to raise here. There's no flush draw out there, so we're a little bit less worried about that. We do still find the raise, Scar, eh? I'm just thinking we're gonna get a... Whoa, I thought we were gonna get a call by the king and the queen having a bunch of the equity, but no, Scar will just take it down on the turn. Which isn't a horrific result, but anyways. Huh. Small bet by Smiley, and then a small raise on the turn, and the king and the queen finds the fold. Like there's some Jack 10 and Jack Jack that you're just dead to, but I don't know, man. I thought King Queen was going to see a river there. We just move along. 10-2 suited for Smiley. Looks like a limp pot. Finds the call on the King 8-7 flop. 9-6-0 for Scar. The open-ended straight draw gets called by 10 high. Ace on the turn. Very small pot. 5.6 blinds in the middle. Scar might bet again and just take it down. That they do, but cool to see the flop call. 8-7 suited for numbers guy with 5 blinds. Do we rip it in? We got a high equity holding. We are going to rip and take it down pre. 4-4 for numbers guy. Well, imagine Stone Dream rips in the Queen 3. I think numbers guy calls with the 4, and the 4 gets it in with about 70%. Sweating queens, and now an ace or jack. 9 on the river. Good stuff for 4-4. Numbers guy wins a big one there. Only 15 blinds, but their life is was on the line, you know. Anyways, stumble, stumble, stumble. King 5 will rip it in. Ace King will call for Ben. Looking for a 5 or a 3. 7 on the river. Stone Dream is out of here. We're down to 4. Got 15.5 grand locked up. King Jack for Scar. King Queen for numbers guy. 9-7 suited for Smiley. Numbers guy could rip it in here. We could just call as well. No, we can't off 15 blinds. Probably not. Numbers guy rips. I don't think Scar gets it in here, but if they did, numbers guy would obviously have a very favorable situation going on. 10-4 suited. Smiley slightly covered by a Scar. Smiley limps. Jack 2, Scar checks it back. Queen 7-5 flop. Flop goes check. Check. What do we do with Jack 2? High. Mid, low. And a 3 on the turn. Straight draw for Smiley. Bets and takes the pot down. Uh-oh, 10-10. Ben will open it up. Smiley calls 6s, 6-6 for numbers guy in the big blind. At least they just find the call and a king jack 8 flop. Flop checks around to Smilly. He checks 7 on the turn. Ben with the straight draw to the 9. The best of it with 10-10 has the board locked up. Deuce on the river. 7 blinds will slide over to Ben. I don't think Smilly bets. Would it have got 10s to fold though? Would have been interesting to see, but we don't get to see that. Nope. King 9 for numbers guy. Rips it in for 14 blinds. Ben with an easy call with the ace queen in the big. Queen high board. We're looking for a king or 10 dealer. Ace on the river. That's 2 pairs. Ben will take it down a 28 blind pot. Put them in first place position. With just under 50 blinds, they open up king 10 from the button. Queen 9 for Scar in the big blind. 42 in total. Finds the call. We get a jack 9 flop. Ben with the straight draw to the queen. 2 overcards to the 9. Backdoor flush draw. Bets 1.2. A quarter pot. Scar with the pair of 9s. Makes a boat on the turn. 9 of hearts. Scar bets 1.8. Takes over the betting lead here. King high could be good. There's still plenty of straight draws and flush draws out there. But to be fair, if you make a pair of 10s or a king on the river, are you even comfortable? Not really. Ben finds the fold. Ooh, look at this one here. 9-8-5 flop. Smilly opens the button with ace queen. Ben in the big blind 8-5-0. Flopping 2 pairs. Flop goes check 3 on the turn. Ben leads 3.8. Looking like a 3/4 pot size bet, and ace queen folds. Queen 10 limps. Smilly checks the 10-7. We get an ace 8-5 flop. Ben checks over queen 10. Interesting 9 on the turn. Both players have straight draws. Oh, how juicy a jack would be. Smilly looking for a 6 or 7. We get the deuce on the river. 8.88 in the middle. Ben bets 6.66, the devil's number, and takes the pot down. 10-6 will limp it in for Smilly. Queen 9 suited for Scar in the big. Might raise it up here. They say check it on. Back ace king queen flop. Smilly bets a blind with the straight draw to the jack. Bottom pair for Scar. We'll find the call here. See an interesting little 8 of hearts on the turn. If Smilly continues to tell the story, which they don't, would have been interesting. But again, they just check, so it's pretty boring. Turn goes check. Smilly could always fire a bluff on the river, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Scar gets showdown if they want it. Says maybe an 8 will call, maybe a 4 will call. Scar bets, takes the pot down. 6-5-0 will limp it on in. Ben with a 4 and a 2. Checks it on back. Ace 7-3 flop. Both players with straight draws. Ben looking for a 5. Scar. 6 high is best. 4 is a straight. Can Ben make a pair of 2s? I think so. Anyways, we got a queen on the turn. Scar bets 5 blinds, pricing out the little wheel draw there. Ben gets out of there. Jack 6-0. Ben limps it on in. Smilly with an ace and a 7 checks it on. Back we get a queen jack 5 flop. 2 hearts. Backdoor royal flush draw for Smilly. Gets or sees a 1.2 blind bet half pot. Finds the call. 3 of hearts on the turn. Pair of jacks. Checks it on over. Slowing right down. Smilly with the flush draw. We'll make a pair of aces on the river, which will give him the best of it. Ben checks. Smilly will bet for value here, and I think we can go pretty big. Probably not an overbet, but still, I thought even a little bit bigger than 3 blinds, but I think Smilly gets paid here. Limp pot. Like 4-2 and King 10 make a straight. Flush gets there on the turn. Turn goes check though. Ace on the river. Goes check bet call, and we're moving along as Smilly does get paid. Limps in Jack 7 suited the next holding. 8-2-0 will raise it up to 3.5 blinds. It would be cool to see a call. We get a 9-7-2 flop. Smilly leads out 2.8. I was thinking the pair of twos might want to check back the flop with some showdown value. Says no, we gotta pay off a bet, yo. 3 on the turn. Smilly will slow down. 13 blinds in the middle though. Scar looking for an 8 or a 2. Ace on the river. Bad card for Smilly, obviously. Checks it on over. 13 blinds in the middle. Discard, just show down the 2 that they do, and they lose. 13 blinds will slide over to Smilly, who gets King King. Will raise into Ben's big blind with 8-6 suited. We get a King 7-6 flop. Does Ben get a free turn here? Or is the board too wet? Free turn it is, and it's beautiful. The 8 of clubs. Ben makes 2 pairs, drawing dead. Leads out about 3/4. Smilly with top set. A few straights get there, but 9-10, 9-5, 5-4 make straights on the turn. Deuce on the river, so the flush draw misses. Ben bets large. Smilly rips it in and gets a quick call, I do suppose. Would be a nice fold by Ben, who's made a few nice folds on the final table here so far. But there's the jam by Smilly. We'll see if he can find one more nice fold. 2 pairs or his top set. Tough to get away from this one. Flush draw misses. Smilly would have those straights in there. At least some of them, you know. And there's a few sets that you block. Like King King checks back the flop. But 7s and 6s probably bet the flop. Do 8s check back the flop that you block? Maybe so. Deuces don't call the turn. 9-10 might raise the turn. 5-4 is more likely than 9-5. 9-5 might not be in there unless it's suited. 5-4-0. I don't know if that raises the button here. Smilly in last place. And you gotta think, would 5-4 or 9-10 check back the flop? Probably not. It does just kind of look like King King if we're being honest, but Smilly still gets quite a bit of value there. Nice fold by Ben, who's made at least 3 nice folds, preserving their life. Well played game by Ben. I think he picked up a nice big hand at some point in time, but you obviously need to win a tournament. 8-8 for Smilly. Limps it in. E6 checks it back. We get an Ace 9-4 flop. That's top pair for Scar. 3-handed. 8-8 is a pretty strong hand. You got a free turn, the King of Hearts. 2.4 blinds in the middle. Smilly checks it on over once again. Scar will bet top pair, 2 blinds. And just take the pot down. Ace deuce for Smilly. We'll open it up and take it down. Bree. 4-4 for Ben. Ace 10 for Smilly. Do we ever get this in pre-flop? Smilly raises to 3 blinds after Ben limps in the pocket pair. If I got 4-4, I rip. If I got Ace 10, I call. Looking for aces and tens. We find one on the flop. Just a 4 dealer. Nah, the 7 of spades. Ben is gone to Alonzo after playing a damn good game. And we got a heads up battle here, playing about 45 blinds deep. Smilly with 87 blinds now. 45 for Scar. Got 28 grand locked up, about a 9k heads up battle. $9,700 it looks like. If I'm doing my math right. I can't do math right now. Anyways, Queen 10 will open. 9-7 suited. 3 bets to 9 blinds. I want to see a flop here. I don't know if Scar does. Scar does. Finds top pair. Smelly with 9 high and a backdoor straight draw. 18 blinds in the middle. Hard to check it over here after 3 betting pre-flop. They bet 6 blinds. Scar not going nowhere. A nasty king or ace of clubs would be interesting, but we get the 3 of clubs, sorry. Flush draw completes. Smilly picks up a straight draw to the 6. 30 blinds in the middle, 29.5 behind. Let's get a stupid king of clubs on the river. Nah, Scar will bet. And take the pot down, of course. Blinds go up, so it's about 47 to 59-ish. Was kind of a nice pot for Scar to almost even up the game there. With the Queen 10 there, facing the 3 bet. Making top pair. And we got an open ender for Scar now. Betting a blind, getting a call by the Queen high. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw in there for Smilly as well, but that's no good. 7 on the turn, pairs the board. Scar will bet large and take the pot down. 7-3 suited. Smilly opens. Jack 9 for Scar in the big blind. Scar 3 bets this time, 8.5 blinds. Both players going for some wide 3 bets, and we get a call by 7-3 suited. 8-5-2 flop. 2 spades for Smilly. What has he got? A straight draw? No. Just the flush draw, backdoor straight draws. Jack 9 with 2 overcards, a backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draws in there. Gets a call by the 7 high. King of hearts on the turn. 29 blinds in the middle, 35 behind. Does Scar bet again with Jack high? And it's going to be small, so does Smilly call? It's large actually. It's half pot. 14 and a half blinds. It's almost 29. There's only 20 blinds behind. Does Smilly rip it in? Oh, Smilly folds the flush draw. That would have been one hell of a play by Smilly. Just with 7 high there. Anyways, Scar takes out a huge pot there with Jack 9. Did have the best of it, I suppose. 62 blinds for Scar. 43 for Smilly with a couple of ducks limping it in from the button. 10-6 will raise it up. Smilly, I think, calls. Do we 3-bet the flop, though? Or 3-bet pre-flop, sorry. We just rip it in for 43 and take it down, pre. 10-8 for Scar, raising to 2.3. Smilly with a queen and a 4. Finding the call. Ace 9-6 flop. Both players with backdoor flush draws. Scar with a straight draw to the 7. Queen high is best. Scar bets half pot and takes it down. 6-10 will limp. 5-2 for Scar. Scar checks it back, makes bottom pair. King 8-2 flop. Smilly with 10-6 checks it back. 3 on the turn, no help. Smilly very unlikely to win this one here. No, well, there's a 10 on the river. So I'll eat my words. 2 1/4 blind, so I'll slide Smilly's way, and he might get another blind on top of it. Do we ever bet like 3 to try to get paid by everything? Just say we gotta make this look like a bluff. That's 4.5. That's 2x the pot. Scar with bottom pair. Does just find the fold. I do like the bet by Smilly, but it did not work out in this instance. Jack 7 will open it up. Jack 3 from the big blind. Jack 3 from the big blind. Thinking about a raise to take it down pre. Oh, Smiley just finds the fold. Ace 4. Smiley limps it in. 8-10. I don't think we raised, but Scar's been playing very aggressive. They'll check it back. Ace 10 8 flop. Are you fucking serious, Poker Stars? One blind bet by Smiley with the toppest of pairs. Scar with 2 pairs though. Just finds the call. 8 on the turn. Pretty. Does it lock up the board or no? An ace is a boat for Smiley. Scar's got a boat. Sweating 2 cards. Get a 4 on the river, so Smiley blocks a bunch of boats. There's actually a lot of bluffs, a lot of missed straight draws that Scar could just bet super large. Bet 2x the pot. I think Smiley calls. Not quite 2x the pot, but we still get the call. 6.5 blinds. Makes it a 17 blind pot. Very nicely done by Scar. To make a boat, I suppose. Anyways, 10-9 versus Jack 9. We get a Queen 9-8 flop. That's a lot of 9s out there, dealer. What are you doing? Pair of 9s with the straight draw for Scar. We'll bet about half pot. Smiley with the pair of 9s and a straight draw will call. Make 2 pairs, but that's no good. Scar with the straight. 10 blinds in the middle. 31 behind. 2 flush draws out there. We probably got to bet big. At least 7, maybe 8 or 9, maybe full pot. Scar says half pot. 2 pairs fold anywho. Straight not getting paid there. Nice fold by Smiley with 2 pairs. I mean, there was a 1-liner and 2 flush draws out there, but you would have figured for a small bet, maybe 2 pairs sees a river, maybe try to make a boat. Anyways, ace 2 facing the limp will rip it in and take it down pre. 5-4, Smiley will raise it on up. 2 1/4 blinds. Flop a flush, yo. Smiley flopping the flush in position. Your opponent with top pair. Fair kicker. Gets a free turn and it's the Jack of diamonds. That's 2 pairs versus the flush. But, you know, there's a 1-liner to a 10 and 3 spades on the flop. So this one's kind of like 2 pairs. It's another one of those weird ones, but you might pay off a bet or 2. 6 blind bet on the turn. Yikes. I don't know what to do now. Do we just fold? Any 10 makes a straight. There's 3 spades out there. You wouldn't expect Queen Jack, Jack 9 to do this. Get a clean deuce on the river. 17 blinds in the middle, 23 behind. You would have to imagine Smiley's gonna overbet jam. What do we do with 2 pairs, yo? Ugh, barf. I kind of just want to see a snap fold. Or maybe Smiley bets 4.5 blinds or something stupid. Bet 4.5 blinds. Do it. No, they just overbet jam. Like, would King Queen ever check back the flop, go 2 streets, overbets? Rip it all in on a 3 flush board with a 1-liner to a 10. Probably not. You're not seeing two pairs do this. So what would bluff? It's a heads up poker. It could just be like 9-8 with a spade. Blocking some sets and straights and flushes. I mean, the 8 doesn't block a straight. Man, some sort of ace 9 with the ace of spades. Maybe just the ace of spades would do this. So you don't even have to have a pair blocker. Would Jack 9 ever turn itself into a big bluff? You just gotta think, like, what even checks back the flop? Some sort of showdown or some sort of equity that doesn't want to get blasted off the pot. It's a weird one for Scar, who makes 2 pairs on the turn, makes a nice fold on the river there. Now Smiley with the 2 pairs on a weirder board. This time Scar with just 6 high bets 1 blind. Smilly thinking raise, but they find the call. Ace on the turn. The board is weird. 1-liner to a 10. Can Scar put Smilly in a weird spot now? Bets half pot. I don't know if it works. Oh, it's just so small. Smilly is a non-believer, finds the call. 5 on the river. Flush draw misses. And Scar gives up the bluff. 6 high is no good. 9-2 suited versus 10-5 suited. I was just thinking to myself, you know, I think Scar kind of felt like, do you ever find yourself bluffing and you're like, wow, I don't believe myself? With Scar's half pot bet on the turn there. I think they're like, wow, you know what? I don't think I would believe myself if I pulled the trigger on the river here. Would have been interesting to see what Smilly would have thought, but I think Scar was a non-believer in their bluff. I got a pair of 5s here. Smilly with the flush draw, betting quite large. We got 10 blinds, 11 blinds in the middle. Smilly with the flush draw will take that pot down. Anyway, Smilly with a 9 and an 8, making a pair of 8s. Scar with a backdoor flush draw, which is no good. Backdoor straight draw. Just goes ahead and checks back the flop. 4 on the turn. Looks like Scar says this is 2 1/4 blinds. I'm just not winning. I can kind of respect that out of Scar, you know? It's like you're not meant to win every pot. Smilly with the pair of 8s. Bets 1.5 for value and takes it on down. Jack 2, limping it in. Ace 8. Might raise it up here. 3.5 blinds and Smilly will just fold. Scar maintains a slight advantage with the chip stack anyway. Jack 6 will raise it up. 9-5 finds the call. Jack 2 do flop. Top pair bets small and takes the pot down. Queen 8 versus Queen 7. Ooh, Queen 7 3 bets large here pre. Queen 8 quickly hits the muck. Nice play by Scar there. King 6-0 will raise it up. 10-5 suited will defend the big blind with a call most likely. Then we get an ace king 7 flop. No spades for Smilly. King 6 bets and takes the pot down immediately. Ace 3, Smilly will open to 2 1/4 blinds. Scar with an 8 and a 7 in the big. 3 bets again to 8.5. Scar has been aggressive, that's for sure, while still playing some very reasonable cards. But it kind of looks silly here. Like the Jack 9-0 looked kind of silly even though he had the best of it. 8-7 has a double gutter here to the 9 or 5. Backdoor flush draw, 17 blinds in the middle. Ace high for Smilly ain't looking so good, yo. Scar bets under 6 blinds and takes the pot down. Unfortunate happening for Smilly as blinds go up 28 to 60. Smilly gets a walk, but that's no consolation prize. Ace 9 suited versus 7-4. Smilly limps it in from the button. Scar will raise it up and take it down. Bree. 3.5 blinds is the size. King 9 versus King 6. Nobody's suited. Hopefully Smilly doesn't 3-bet here. We just find the call. King 8 2 flop. Bad news for Smilly. Top pair for both players. Scar might just play his fucking kicker too. Gonna need a magical run out here for Smilly. Goes for the check raise on the flop. 3 1/4 blinds facing the 1 blind bet. I don't think Scar 3-bets. The board is so dry. We just call 10 on the turn. 11 blinds in the middle. Smilly probably bets small. Do we ever check? I don't know, man. We bet, oh, large, 6.3. Smilly is in trouble. We need a 6 here, dealer. I think the game's just over. Like, there's no way Smilly check folds the river. Can we fold if Scar jams the turn? No, we snap call. We're looking for a 6. Is there some chops to like an 8 or a 2? In the end, we get a 7 on the river, and Scar gets the job done. I think they started this show off with the big stack. They just lost a bunch of chips, and they became one of the shorties for a while. They're down to 20 there. Must have been back a little further. Yeah, 14 blinds, you know. Right after Ben wins a big pot. They were in second last place with 14 blinds. We got a numbers guy there with 12, but Scar was in trouble. Found a way to come all the way back, get the job done. Very nicely done, but that is the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. And until then, adios amigos.